Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad that you joined us today here at Chapman University. Many of you zooming in from quite a bit of ways. I see we have some folks from Palm Beach and Chatsworth County, here in Orange County as well. If you haven't had the chance, go ahead and plug in where you're joining us from. In the meantime, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Andrew Gonzalez, and I serve as the Director for Student Success here at the Ardrose College of Business and Economics. Now, over the last week, we've been hosting these sessions for all of our prospective students and their board of directors, as our assistant dean likes to call it. These are the people that support you in making decisions that are critical about your academic and professional futures. And we've had folks from New York and Minnesota, Colorado, other parts of California, and we've even had some as far away as Europe. And so as we prepare for today's sessions, go ahead and make note of all the engagement options that you see there in your Zoom. Many of you have been accustomed to using Zoom before, and that's fantastic. There's two specific options I want you to kind of note there in your Zoom screen. Mainly the chat option and the raise hand tool. The chat option and the raise hand tool. So as you pop on in, go ahead and tell us where you're from. And also, I want you to type in just the letter S if you're a prospective student joining us here on this call, or if you're part of that wonderful board of advisors, go ahead and type in the letter B just to let us know that we have folks that are going to be informing and supporting our students as we go through this process of picking your right college that's just right for you. So, to set the tone for today, just want you to know it's all about you. Today is all about you, helping you to explore the potential opportunities here at Chapman, and of course, answering any questions that you might have. So, whether you're already familiar with our campus or you're learning about us for the first time, I hope that this session gives you this sense of how we empower students to grow, both academically and certainly professionally as well. Now, today I am excited to introduce you to one of our, I guess, Chapman University's newer programs, the Business of Entertainment minor, which was just launched this last fall. Yep, fall of 2023. Now, this minor represents an exciting collaboration between two of our top schools, the Dodge College of Film and Media Arts, and of course, like I mentioned earlier, Ardrose College of Business and Economics. Now, while these two areas of our campus may not traditionally overlap, we're united in a sense in helping students explore the powerful interactions of both creativity and business. So whether you dream of becoming a producer, or maybe it's a studio executive, or even an entertainment-focused entrepreneur, this minor is designed to bridge the gap between your artistic vision and some business know-how. You know, at first glance, film and business students might seem worlds apart when you think about it. However, one of the things that you gotta love is that filmmakers are known for their creativity and their storytelling, while future accountants and entrepreneurs often focus on the more analytical side of things. But the entertainment industry, these two areas go hand in hand. Think about it. Every blockbuster film and successful streaming series that you might watch on a regular basis is not only a creative product, but it's also a business venture. From securing funding to developing a marketing strategy, there's a whole world of business behind the scenes. So this minor is about bringing those two worlds together and preparing you to be successful in both of those particular worlds. So why might this minor here, the one we were talking about, the one we're joined together today to learn about, why might it be a great fit for you? Well, for one, it's ideal for students that have a passion for a lot of the things that go on in both creativity and business. If you're a film student, this program offers you the skills to turn your creative ideas into viable projects. If you're a business student, it gives you the insights into the unique dynamics of the entertainment industry. You'll develop the flexibility to take on roles ranging from producing and managing creative projects to Well, working on the business side of at companies like you can name it Netflix or even Disney. And a lot of that seems pretty excited. Working in gaming industry, as you see there. So a lot of opportunities that come when we blend, when we mesh these two crucial worlds together. So let's break down what you'll learn in the minor itself. I like what our dean, Dr. Henrik Kronqvist, he's the dean of our arduous College of Business Economics. He describes the minor as this. He calls it interdisciplinary by design. I like that. Breeds intentionality, breeds connection across campus, across academic disciplines. That means you'll be able to take core business classes like economics and marketing alongside entertainment focused courses on topics like producing and entertainment law and the role of agents. This curriculum, it's crafted to give you a balanced view of both fields to prepare you to launch a career that marries both business and creativity. Now, let's talk about what the core of this particular minor is all about. The core of the minor starts with the fundamentals. Courses in accounting, in marketing, in economics, these courses set the stage, teaching you the basics of business operations. And from there, you'll dive into the entertainment specific subjects like producing and the role of agents and managers in Hollywood. You're going to hear from some students a little bit later about their experiences in the program and the value that they've gleaned from being involved in this minor. So, by covering both business principles and the unique aspects of entertainment, well, the minor prepares you to thrive in one of the most competitive, and you got to admit, exciting industries that are out there. But once you complete your core courses, this is where the true magic begins, right? One of the coolest things about this minor is the range of elective options, which allows you to tailor your experiences to your own interest. Courses covering everything from data analytics to video game industry dynamics to even entrepreneurship. These electives let you explore different sides of entertainment and business. So, for instance, you could focus on entertainment marketing or learn about how to build hype for a new show or a new game, even. Or you could even dive into the logistics of managing a production budget. That's pretty neat as well. Now, if this minor sounds like a good fit for you, well, of course, there are a few requirements. Number one, you got to apply. You got to get into here on campus, get involved with the Chapman community. We're eager to have you join us. And once you are a student here at Chapman, there's a few things that you'll have to do. And here are some of the basic core requirements. The students need to complete a minimum of a 3.0 GPA, and that should be completed at least one semester as you're into Chapman here, with at least 45 credits remaining in your plan. So this program consists of 24 credits, which simply means 8 classes. 8 classes overall to complete this minor. There's an application process that includes submitting a resume, and I'm sure many of you are very good at doing that. We're going to bring up the career advancements here in a moment to kind of share with you how they can help you even prepare for that critical application instrument. And a 200 word career plan essay, which, believe it or not, is a very short essay. I mean, with 200 words, think about sharing your vision, sharing your expectations, sharing what you have planned for yourself in just 200 words. You'll have no problem doing that. The program is also open to all students, but space is limited in this program, so it's highly selective. Make sure that once you're here on Chapman, you reach out early if you're interested. Now, one of the major perks of this particular minor is its connection to the entertainment industry, of course. Chapman's strong ties with Hollywood means that students can hear directly from executives from companies like Warner Brothers, Sony, and even Walden Media. The Argyles College also hosts events where you can meet alumni who work on everything from film production to media strategy. We even held a one-day career boot camp recently, giving film and media students a chance to explore business concepts and to get that taste of the minor. Now, with that said, here to tell you just a little bit more about Chapman's connections and the opportunities in the industry of business entertainment is Professor Judd Funk. Professor Judd Funk, who has worked in as an attorney and senior executive in the entertainment industry for over 30 years. So, Professor Funk, can you go ahead and just take it away and tell us a little bit more about this field?
Well, Andrew, this is Travis Knox, and Professor Judd Funk is no longer on this
Oh,
call. We sent you an email 15 minutes ago. I was just so everybody
oh,
knows,
okay.
Funk is one of my favorite people in the business. He's repped me on deals in the past. He's a professor in the law school, and somehow he got pulled into this. And when he told me what it was about, I said, "Let me just jump in." So, if you wouldn't mind, Andrew, back up, repeat the question. It just sounds like it's a little bit different than just about the minor.
Well, yeah, now that we are in this point, can you tell us a little bit more about your experiences coordinating the minor, and specifically what students should think about as they're anticipating taking this career path on?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this was something that we started talking about a few years ago. Just so you all know, I created this. I'm the one that spearheaded this, and it's not a simple process. And it is interdisciplinary, as Andrew pointed out, with the business school. Um, and it was just brought up for people that didn't necessarily want to make movies per se, but they wanted to work in the business, because you have to understand that it's like an aircraft carrier. Not everybody's a pilot. There's thousands of people on board that help get this thing going. And so this is for people that want to work in the business behind the studio gates, but don't want to be on set, don't want to write, don't want to direct. And that's one thing I'd say at the film school, we're lacking specific business courses because that's not us. Now, I teach producing, which is the business side. And so I've got like 70 advisees. And when they want to take a minor, I always push them to the business school, entrepreneurship, something like that, or leadership, I meant to say. But this was a way to just sort of bridge both and make this, for people. And honestly, what it really is, because we're Dodge and we have a lot of, not to pat myself on the back, but we have a lot of demand from the other schools here. And it's really a way to let other students jump in and play in our world. I see I've got a few of my actually current students who are in a class that 2 years ago they wouldn't have been able to take. I see they're here, and they're from all different disciplines around the school.
That's excellent. And I'm glad you're here, Travis, because we are already having some neat questions. Now, we're going to do more of the question and answers after our student panel. So thank you for those of you that are submitting your questions. We're certainly going to come back to those. Wanted to also welcome folks that are here from as far as Massachusetts and Oregon, Ohio, Texas. And then, of course, we have a good group of board of directors. In fact, Travis, I'm going to come to you with just a quick question before we hop over to our career advancement office. A student says, or actually, we have a board of director here, probably the CEO. If my student has already submitted for business early action, can he go back and add the minor right now? Who should he reach out to if he's interested in the minor?
As coming in as a freshman?
It's a good question. Joanna, is your
Well,
student
let me
already?
ask that. So coming in as a freshman, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're not at the point yet. You have to get a complete semester under your belt. So if you would apply in the spring, and then if you get accepted, you would start at the beginning of your sophomore year. So you're not nobody's behind if you're still in high school.
Yeah, very good. And that's where that application process comes in. So again, that first step is getting into Chapman, filling out your application. We'll have more information about the application in just a few moments. We're going to switch gears because the minor emphasizes hands-on learning, like many of our programs here on campus, giving you opportunities to test your skills in the real world scenarios. And our Career Advancement Center is ready to assist you with getting ready for your career after college while you're still in college. So, here to tell you more about our career advancement services is Career Success Specialist Christine Panganaban.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. You could hear me good? I'm sorry, I just want to make sure my audio is working. Great. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Christine Ponganiban, and I'm a career success specialist for the Arjos Career Advancement Team. I'm here to help you kickstart your career journey and make sure you're set up for success, whether you're preparing to land a great internship, or build a standout resume, or create an impressive LinkedIn profile. So our Career Advancement Center has so many resources designed for our students. One of the biggest perks is access to personalized career coaching. Together, we'll explore your career interests, connect you with the right opportunities, and develop the skills that will help you stand out. We offer essential tools like VMock for instant resume review and resume feedback, and Standout, an interactive platform where you can practice interview questions and you feel prepared and confident for interviews. Throughout the year, we also host a range of exciting events and workshops to help you build your career skills and make valuable connections, from networking mixers and employer meet and greets to industry panels and skill-focused workshops. Our events are designed to bring you face-to-face with professionals, alumni, recruiters who can open doors to new opportunities. One of the most popular events is the Meet the Firms, which brings top employers right to campus, giving you a direct line to some of the best companies in the industry. If you're interested and focused on building a professional online presence, we can help you craft a LinkedIn profile that gets you noticed. And to top it off, we even have a photo booth downstairs for free professional headshots, so your profile looks polished and ready for recruiters. So our Career Center is located in Beckman Hall here at Chapman in room 305, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Whether you need a quick tip for complete career plan, feel free to stop by or reach out anytime. We're here and excited to help make the most of your career college experience. So connect with great opportunities and start building a successful career. So I'm excited to meet all of you at one point so I could contribute to your success.
Yeah, thank you so much for with that, Christine, and her and the career advancement team. They have a lot of background and experience to help students in their unique situations. And a little bit after our panel, you're going to hear from our assistant dean, Ginger Baxter, who really orchestrates all that we do here. You can kind of think of the support that you get here at Chapman as kind of like the pit crew in in a race. As you're racing around, you're going through your thing, and we're all here with all different backgrounds just to get you ready to go, to fix you up, to get you moving so that you can finish that race successfully and right on top. And of course, you're not just going through that race alone, not just with staff members and faculty members, but also with your colleagues, your fellow students. And kind of one of my favorite times or my favorite opportunities here with these sessions is to bring up our student panel. And Travis mentioned earlier, some of his students are here to share with you some of their experiences, and you get a chance to ask them questions about what it's like to be a student here at Chapman, and specifically as part of the minor. So let's go ahead and start, and we're going to have each of our panelists share what their name is, what their major is, and how long they've been a part of the minor. I'm going to start off with Sydney. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney Lasensky. I am a political science major. I have a double minor in business of entertainment as well as law and liberal arts, and I started the minor this semester.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us, Sydney. I'm going to hop over to Emily.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Guthrie. I'm a business administration major and then obviously a business of entertainment minor. And this has also been my first semester in the minor as well.
All right. As I said, it's a brand new minor. So this is kind of neat to see how we are continuing to progress and grow out these opportunities. Next up is Etana.
Hi, I'm Itana Sipoy. I'm in the business administration minor with a major with an emphasis in marketing and then a business and entertainment minor. And I've been in the minor for 2 semesters now.
That's awesome. And you notice the different configurations from our students in terms of the majors, the minors, the emphases, so many ways to personalize your education. Last but certainly not least, Mr. Edison.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Edison Cao. I am a PR and public relation, advertising, and entertainment marketing major, and my minor is business of entertainment. I entered the minor, I would say, around a year ago in the fall of 2023.
All right, so you were one of the first ones to hit the ground running in this minor. Excellent. Well, Edison, we're going to come back to you in just a few moments, but Emily, I'm going to start off with you. The first question, what first drew you to the business of entertainment minor? Was there a specific aspect of the entertainment industry that you were excited to explore?
Well, as soon as I had learned about the minor and the fact that, it was brand new and an opportunity at Chapman, I was immediately drawn to it because I had always been really interested in the career path of being an agent, but I had always kind of been more so interested in it from the aspect of being in the sports industry. But seeing the business of entertainment minor, it just opened up this whole new world of exploring the film industry and seeing what it would be like to be an agent there. What are the dynamics there? What would that be like? So that really was what drew me. I would say that the minor is definitely geared towards the film industry and what it's kind of like to be a part of the town. But with that, it's really exciting because it definitely has a lot of nuances that are really fun to learn about. And I have really enjoyed my time so far, in it. But that's really what drew me to it. I would say it's, the classes that are so based in creative producing that I otherwise would not have had an opportunity to take, just being a business major.
Ah, see, the opportunities that you wouldn't have had if you just went through one pathway, opening up those opportunities. Sydney, my next question is for you here. How does the business of entertainment minor align with your career goals? Did you have a clear path in mind, or did the minor just help you shape that path?
Yeah, thank you. So I have a little bit of an untraditional path. As my major shows, I'm a political science with a law minor. I thought my clear goal was law school, and I thought that I wanted to be an entertainment lawyer. So business of entertainment was the perfect complement. But through my classes, I learned that I was more into the creative side, and I wanted to explore more of the producing aspects. And this minor perfectly shaped that. I'm able to get the business logistics that I wanted, but I'm also able to be on the creative side of Dodge. So different path, but still with the minor was able to shape that.
Oh, I like that with the shaping of what those goals are through the minor. And I do see some questions going on in the chat that I think is going to be best. I'm going to save those for Travis if you're a bit once we finish the panel here. I'm going to hop on over to Itana. Itana, can you talk about some of the unique classes you've taken, specifically a couple that I heard dealing with Disney and Hogwarts?
Yeah, so this isn't specifically to the minor, but I have taken Disney Darwinism IS 207, which talks about Walt Disney and Charles Darwin and how like basically those two individuals intertwine. The class was very amazing. You could take it for a GE. It's open to any student. And I took it for one semester and it was very good. One of my favorite classes at Chapman here to date. I haven't taken this Hogwarts class yet, which is Religion 333 called Deconstructing Hogwarts, but it's an interterm study abroad course going to London, and it's Harry Potter themed, but it's gonna be filling my global requirement, and it's been very exciting. And I've only had one meeting for it, but the meeting went very well. And then another class that I'm taking right now that is related to minor is sports and entertainment marketing, which also relates to my major, but I know it's part of the minor as well. And this class has been going very well. I love my professor. We have had some guest speakers. One of the most notable ones was the CEO of LA Comic Con came in and answered a few questions. And our professor also has a lot of work experience, obviously, and also has worked with the Raiders. So we had lots of like assignments concerning sports and sports marketing and also entertainment marketing, which I know some people have been asking about.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw Rachel having an interest in the sports side on the questions there and how sports kind of fits in. Edison, I'm going to come down to you. How has the minor helped you grow personally, helped you grow professionally? Any new specific skills, perspectives, or even confidence gained?
Actually, funny thing, my favorite thing about the minor is how broad and how many the amount of classes I can take actually. I do remember just last year I took a class in our entrepreneurship center. So not only I was able to take a class with them, but I also actually got and gain a lot more resources from a professional aspect and personal aspect of meeting a lot of new professors and also a lot of meeting a lot of new friends from an entrepreneurship that entire department perspective. I also have taken a lot of classes with our business school and also a lot more, let's say this class right now with Travis, are overviewing producing, which I learned, yeah, woo, which I learned so much more professionally from a how would I say this, like from a producing more like a looking at from the studio perspective, looking at films, because my major PR and ad and entertainment marketing has always been learning from the inside of it, so understanding director, understanding how this movie works and all that things. But really, it's really that this minor is the one that really is able to help me take a step back, overlooking at this entire industry. And me personally I want to be a international marketing for film in the future. And has it really given me this really nice professionally and also personal connection with it?
Nice. And I like how you drew in a little bit of Travis's class there. That's always fun to hear how our faculty have an impact on our students. And Ava asked this neat question. I'm going to pose it to the panel right now. How has the business entertainment minor helped those of you that are in the marketing field? I've helped you to refine your marketing skills specific for the entertainment industry. Marketing is one of the classes that you ultimately eventually take. And this is for anyone out there on the panel that want to go ahead and chime in on this one.
I guess I can give my thoughts on it. Prior to the semester, I've taken several marketing classes in Ardros. Obviously, you start off, you first just take marketing, which is just a general overview of what marketing is, how it works, kind of that standard knowledge you need to know. But then I've also taken international marketing and I've taken advertising and promotion strategies. So now being this semester in overview of producing, we had an entire kind of lecture series about what it's like to market a film and that whole process of it. And we had a whole project and presentation we were able to work in groups with and put together and obviously present to one another. But I was able to take the skills that I learned at Argyros and that kind of more business side and then apply it in overview of producing to, if you have this movie, what would you do? What campaigns would you come up with? What taglines? And it's just really fun because it very much emulates, if you want to possibly work for a movie studio, what's going to be expected of you. You need to have your, that deep understanding at a business level, but you also need to have that creativity. And this minor allows you to kind of see, can I do it and have I learned it? And that it really refines it in that way, I would say.
Yeah, I like that. I like you said that it helps you refine, it helps you to see. In other words, it helps you to apply. And really, that is the goal of all of higher education. Certainly our goal here at Chapman University, taking what you learn in the classroom, but actually applying it with practical, demonstrative skill sets that are going to help you get gainful employment later on down the line. Now, thank you for answering those questions in the chat, Sydney. Yes, they are indeed the same minor. And Sydney, I'm going to come back to you then on that. What do you think makes the business entertainment minor so unique compared to other similar programs?
Yeah, I think within the college experience, it's so beneficial to have interdisciplinary education. And I think that this is a perfect example of that. I knew that I wanted to learn business aspects, specifically of the film industry. And like kind of the question, I'm able to take classes within the business school, but I'm also able to take classes within Ardros. Specifically, I'm in accounting, but I'm also in a producing class. So there's definitely the two different aspects that are really cool to see the differences and similarities of.
Good. Yeah, seeing both the difference and similarities in that. And thank you for those. It's because we are split. We are taking some classes here in Ardros, some classes at Dodge. So you are getting the best of both worlds, as you would say. Itana, are there any specific resources that you would recommend students using to optimize their experiences in the program and even here at Chapman?
Yeah, so there are a bunch, specifically with career advancement. They always put on a career fair here at the Piazza at school where a bunch of companies, especially ones in entertainment, come and you can talk to the recruiters and see like what they're looking for, how can you improve your chances. And then I've also been to the Meet the Firms events where it's a more like intimate gathering where there are only a couple of firms there. You can talk with them while they bring you food, and it's a more intimate way of getting to know if you would be the right like reach like for the company, if you would fit in, if the recruiters can specifically help you, you can drop off your resume and some more like hands-on experience, and it's a bit more personal than the career fair itself. And then like the career advancement, like Sandra said, like they are always there to help with the resumes and mock interviews, and you have all of these bunch of opportunities specifically for career advancement, and it is in the business school, so it's right near most of my classes, which is very helpful. And then specifically for the minor, because it is a new minor, There have been like some difficulties sometimes getting into classes, but always just reaching out to the advisors has been very helpful, and seeing how my credits transfer has been a huge resource for me. And also just emailing Professor Travis Knox also always is very quick to respond to emails, any questions about the minor I may have.
I like that he kind of emphasized using the people resources here on campus. I know oftentimes we want to feel like we can go it alone, but there's folks that are here to help you along the way so you don't fall through the proverbial cracks. And as Itana mentioned, those career fairs, I like how you said, Itana, you said it helps you to see if it's a good fit for you too. So not whether or not you're just taking anything that's out there, but looking for a fit that matches your career goals, your strengths, your interests along the way. And there's ample opportunity for that. Edison, I'm going to come down to you and kind of in our final last words, at least for this particular segment, any final advice for, let's say, high school students considering Chapman, whether it's the minor itself or just coming to Chapman? What should they know as they begin to make their decisions, or their family should know?
Well, to everyone here, one of my favorite thing about Chapman is a place for you to explore, to challenge yourself, to basically kind of go on the venture. This sounds like I'm trying to sell a school, but like exactly is when I came into Chapman initially, I wanted to be a director. I want to be a film director and work on narratives and all that. Then I had the opportunity to not only try out within my major, but also this minor I picked up. I got a chance to really look into accounting parts, the business aspect of filmmaking, and I really got a chance to really explore who I want to be and what kind of career I want to entering into. Even those within the entertainment industry. Travis, you can help me out here. It's like it's so broad, and there's so many things just within the entertainment industry, and everything that we learn at the school can give you honestly skills for everything you need in whatever industry you're going to. So my honestly, like I'll say my words of advice is just you're here to honestly pick up challenges, and whether you succeed the challenge or you fail the challenge, you move on to the next one. Like, because this is a school where it gives you the opportunity and it gives you the space to try. So yeah.
I think the key word there, Edison, that I like you said, is it gives you the opportunity. It's about those opportunities. We know that you're going to flourish. When you get into Chapman, it's because you've already proven that you have the potential, you have the skills. Our job is simply to unlock that, to give you the opportunity so you can move forward. And I want to thank my panelists here. They're going to hang around to answer questions as you continue to ask them. And then I'm going to go to a question and answer that's going to include Professor Knox. But before we do, I want to bring up our Assistant Dean, Ginger Baxter, because when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to knowing how to get you from point A, that position where you're thinking about your future, you're visioning what is to become in the years ahead, and to actually get you there with the experience and the expertise, it's Ginger Baxter that knows exactly how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on to share a few words about her vision for our students.
Wow, thank you, Andrew. This is just an incredible opportunity to see so much energy and potential in the room. My name is Ginger Baxter, and I serve as the Assistant Dean of Career Advancement and Student Success here at the Ardress College of Business. Listen, when we talk about the Business of Entertainment minor, I want to actually take it to a higher, bigger picture. We want all our students to have similar opportunities. And so some of you have been asking, how is it going to happen in sports? Well, we also, when we talk about innovation and we talk about being a creative business school, that means that we embrace all of our opportunities. And so our Entrepreneurship Center this year did the future of entertainment, and they did the future of sports. And within that framework, we had Lee Steinberg here talking to the students and how could you become a super agent. We had a business founder of Exponential Fitness. She was showing how you take your passion for something and pair it with creativity and pair it with know-how and can build something really special. So when we talk about a framework that we have and that we really aspire to for all of our students, it's going to have, it's called the 4 E's, the 4 P's and 3 E's. So the 4 P's, if you are a marketing person, you're thinking I'm about to say price, product, placement, and positioning. But no, it's first love of people. Love the people that you're surrounded with. When you look and find that fit for your college, it's the people that are going to sustain you through it. So love of people. Next thing is love of place. And it's not just the beautiful surroundings in Southern California and the buildings, but it's the place that you are in your life, the gift that you're giving yourself of an education. Love it, embrace it, be willing to fail. It's okay. That's what we're here to help you through. Take a risk. Do it with us, and we will help you have that resilience and that grit to take the next step, because that's how life goes. We have some ups and downs, but that's how we can accelerate, because we gain more momentum and more energy by going through the process. So love of people, love of place. I'm going to ask you to find your purpose. What is your purpose? I listened to you, Edison, and I love that your purpose originally was directing, and now you're positioning, and you're right. So that's what college is for. It's finding that purpose. So you're going to have your love of people, your love of place, you're going to find your purpose, and then you can follow your passion. What we find so frequently with our high school students, they have passion first, and then infrastructure hasn't been built. So let us help you build that infrastructure so that you can follow that passion. When we talk about the 3 E's, and it's been really fun to listen to the students because they're saying the 3 E's without even knowing it. We want you to explore, right? Explore all your opportunities. We want you to experience what it is to be in school, right? If that means engaging, so that's the 30, is if there's an opportunity, if there's an event, if there's, y'all, we do this wonderful series that's the Entrepreneurship Center does the future of, the business school does the business of, and we pick different industries that we're going to dive deep into. We just did the business of fashion, which was wonderful. It had that kind of tangential area to what we would call entertainment, because there definitely is I would say, creative component that goes along with fashion. My favorite one last year, guys, was the business of surfing. And we dove deep into that, and we figured out, how the esports games would be connected with surfing and how lifestyle brands are part of it. So the vision is to help you launch and accelerate your career and give you the infrastructure so that you have this lifelong love of learning, and you continue to come back to Chapman, come back to us, be the next generation of ethical business leaders. And so welcome. I hope everybody finds their fit. And Andrew, back to you.
Thanks so much. And I like that, the love of learning. And gang, it is, I know sometimes it feels challenging, sometimes it feels arduous, no pun intended, but there's a love of learning that it goes on here, mixed in with fun, mixed in with good academic discipline, and then all the opportunities that might avail themselves to you. So hopefully, as you're listening to everything that we've spoken of, you're eager about your next steps. So what are your next steps? Well, if you haven't already, I recommend you check out the QR code in front of you, and that will tell you, that will give you the opportunity to connect with an admissions counselor, ask all the questions that you need about getting into the program, getting into Chapman specifically, filling out your applications. I do want you to note a very important timeline at this point. That is January 15th. January 15th is going to be the very next and I think final general application deadline. So make sure that you do mark your calendars for that. And if you have any questions moving forward, you can go ahead and contact the admissions office at admit@chapman.edu, or you can check out the QR code and visit them online and get more details about how to connect with that particular group and start your opportunity, start your career here at Chapman University. Before we close, I wanted to toss it back to Professor Knox. And Professor Knox, tell us a little bit about your love for this particular field specifically, and what our students should know as they contemplate their future here at Chapman, and specifically in the business entertainment minor.
Well, I think what I love about it, as far as teaching in a film school, and like you said, it is competitive. I mean, it's a very competitive business to get into. However, the business side, the producing side, the marketing side, distribution, any of that, there's a lot of opportunity. What I'm saying is, like, something like this opens up a lot more doors because it's not incredibly specific. And the thing, but to be honest, that I really love about it is when you walk around the halls, like, every student in this building wants to be here. I mean, it is absolutely the greatest vibe, the greatest energy. Um, Probably not so much for the minor because there's no required production for it, though some people are already working on sets, so from a different school want to work on some of our student films. But in this building, when we get into the spring and it's the end of the year, all of these films are being completed and it's midnight and this building is just alive because we've got 30 editing suites downstairs and it's totally filled up and it's fun. It's just really fun. It's fun that everybody here wants to be here.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned fun twice on that one. And again, we often use the word fun, but fun it's rooted in the learning sciences, the organizational sciences. When you perceive or have an experience of fun, it does open up how you see new things, how you frame new things, how you learn new things. So it is a critical foundation for learning. We have a question here for Sandra. Are the course requirements for it's like PREB the same as those for this minor? I'm wondering, Travis, if you might have an answer for that question.
I would say no. I don't know what I know
Mhm.
nothing about the PR minor, but I created this minor. It's specific. Again, it's the only interdisciplinary one. I saw somebody confused because of the two schools, but this was honestly done. I reached out, I got a colleague over in the business school, and we built this thing together and pushed it through. So I can't imagine it's the same as another minor. And somebody's talking about performers. Yes, I have one
Mhm.
dance student in the minor. Are there portfolios needed? No, no. No, no. Again, and I see it back for advertising. No, this is not the same as an advertising minor.
So yeah, just coming from that, being a PR and ad, PR and ad entertainment marketing major, the classes are not aligning with each other because business of entertainment is still at the bottom line is still really logistic based. So there's still a lot of business aspect of classes. Like one of the main courses are agents and manager, and the other one of the classes that we have is entertainment law or accounting and all that. But as of PR and ad entertainment marketing, it's a lot more ad focus or PR focus, or even one of the class I'm taking right now is entertainment marketing campaign. It was really marketing towards. So the two major and minor itself is really kind of split up to the side.
Yeah. And I see questions about, I'll just say it is competitive. And going back to answering that, but also with the dance part, um, the way we frame this is because it's interdisciplinary. I definitely want to reserve some spots for Dodge students like Edison because it makes perfect sense. We also reserve spots for the business school because they put a lot of effort into it. But we always make sure that we bring in people from other schools. Sydney can attest to that right now. I call them our students at large. So we have a couple. It is definitely mixed up. It's about even a third. Although this last semester, we were actually down on people outside the school, so it looks lopsided. But everybody that could get in that was not in Dodge or Ardris got in.
Yeah, and there was an earlier question as well from Ava and Edison. You kind of touched on this very briefly. The question is, how will this minor help me understand the legal and ethical issues unique to the entertainment industry? And there are classes that you take within for entertainment law, and there's classes that you take in entrepreneurship and how to protect your ideas, how to, especially when it comes to innovation. So there are courses that help to address that, Ava, as you go along your way in the program. And
100%.
fantastic. And what about
Sports.
the sports
So
industry?
this is a minor, folks. It's not a major, so it's sports heavy. But the way it works when we build the minors, we can only go on existing classes and initially because that's to prove that they're successful. This one is blowing up, so it's good. But we had went to the other schools and we get certain classes and approvals. So I think it's sports marketing, but there's one sports class you can take to add into this and sort of help create it. But again, it's not a major. I would never sell this as, oh my gosh, if you want to get in the sports industry, this is 100% for you. I'm sure there's business of sports outside of this one that might be a little better.
Yeah, and that class that Professor Knox was talking about is the sports and entertainment marketing class. It's an upper division course, one of those that you can select from after completing your core courses. Are there any other questions from those of us joining in here on Zoom, for our students, for our panelists, for our professors? We have one that just popped on in from Tanisha. Are students with this minor typically able to complete their major and minor in 4 years? Okay, so timeline wise. And Sydney has her hand raised on that one. Go for it, Sydney.
Yes, I can definitely attest to saying yes. I am actually a double minor with obviously a major, and I am at Chapman for 4 years. I think it also just depends on what major you have. I'm not like, if you have like a really large major, say like graphic design, you would probably have to, plan that out more specific, but I'm a poli-sci major, and according to the credits, that is totally all okay.
I love that. Dodge Film and Cinematography. Yeah, I think that was
I don't see
part of
why
that.
I would assume a cinematography student could complete this in 4 years.
It's just more of like the really big majors, you just have to be careful.
And by the way, cinematography is pretty structured, so you're gonna get out in 4 years as long as you're on top of everything.
Excellent. Well, we are near the end of our time here, and we're going to go ahead and close really quickly. But if you want to hang around and ask some questions, you certainly can. But that is our overview of the business of entertainment minor. So if you're ready to merge the worlds of creativity and business, well, then this program is designed for you. Choosing Chapman University and the Argyros College of Business and Economics and Dodge is we're all committed to your success, both personally and professionally. So with a good balance of academic excellence, some real world experience, personalized support, we're here to help your potential become your future. So we can't wait for you to welcome you to our Panther family. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us today. On behalf of all of our panelists here, we wish you all the best, and we look forward to seeing you on campus this time next year. Take care.
Andrew, something I thought might be interesting for those that are still on the call and have a couple of questions. The business school faculty do have an expertise in entertainment analytics. And we actually sponsored and hosted the Entertainment Analytics Conference this year. And I thought that that was really an exciting connectivity, right? It's taking our business world and our entertainment world and putting them together and building something what I call creative, right? So creativity comes in all forms, and I think that that's really exciting.
I know Brent a little bit. He's a great guy.
Yes. He led it, and it was really fascinating. And almost every name in the different genres of the industry, right? It was streaming, and then there was, radio and TV. And so it was really cool to see all the entertainment folks getting together and coming up with what's the next biggest thing, right? How do we stay ahead of the curve? And that's part of when we talk about career advancement. Part of our journey here as leaders for the students is we need to be ahead of the curve, right? We need to be leading and seeing where they're going to be going next so we can help them find their fit, 4 years from now. So really cool stuff.
Absolutely. That burgeoning world of data analytics as it expands to pretty much every industry that you can imagine. Thank you all so much. Yep, thank you so much. When and how do students plan out their courses? Great question there, Sandra. The goal is hopefully when students come on board, they meet with their advisors and they create a course plan over the course of their time here. And that includes what classes they're going to take in the short term, potentially what classes they'll take in the long term. The goal is to continue to meet with your advisors so that you're on top of any potential changes in your schedule or any potential new movements that you want to make when it involves a minor, or if you join the business major, if it involves an emphasis, or anything that goes on in the Dodge College as well. Travis, do you have anything else to add to that in terms of when
I'll
they
say
plan
two
their courses?
things, and I don't know if this person jumped off, but somebody I did see ask earlier, do you get advisors? not specifically. If you're not a Dodge student, you get in the minor, you're not assigned one, but I'm always here, and people, and we have a huge career center downstairs. I mean, 3 full-time amazing people running it and an army of students. So we're all there to help. But specifically for anybody out there that's going, I don't, if you come to Chapman or somewhere else, students, you got to go meet your advisors. You just have to. I told my son who's at college back east, just bring your advisor a cup of coffee and meet them right away. The worst is somebody who's, because I've got a lot of advisees, and I'll send like a welcome email, and I'll have some that never respond, and then their junior year they're panicking because they skipped something, and we get it back on track. But it's like, just go meet your advisor. Your advisors want to get to know you. So that's what I would just recommend to everybody out here, whether you come to Dodge or somewhere else.
Yeah, and the university, well, we try to make an event of it. There's something called Advisor Fest going on now, right? That's very celebratory on something like advising. And I can say that over the last couple of, actually the last 2 weeks, this week and last week, there were students that came up and said they never visited their advisors. So they were surprised that they were missing some core classes. They were missing some prerequisite classes. So as Professor Knox mentioned, very important just to stay in contact, sharing some coffee, having conversations, letting people know you. That's the key part of success overall. Yes, when you express your interest in the minor after you spent at least one semester here, is that right, Travis? They have to
That's
spend
right.
at
And
least
I've
one
even got,
semester.
Emily, are you senior?
Yes.
Junior. Senior. Okay, so you
Senior.
jumped in late. So it's not like you have to be a freshman to get into this minor. I mean, you jumped in going into your junior year at some point.
Oh yeah, like even when on the application, I think they do state, and this is a little bit probably a bit more strict for other minors within Dodge, where like if you have over a certain amount of units, they warn just, hey, if you want to add this minor or a minor in Dodge, it might take you longer than 4 years. But because this minor is so interdisciplinary, a lot of my coursework already applied to the minor, that I really only had left the Dodge side of it. So it's interesting. I'm like going to be done with my business classes, but I have basically all left in Dodge. So I get to kind of finish it off like with that experience more so, which is fun.
And I know, Atana, you mentioned earlier that there was a little bit of a snag getting into a couple classes, and we do have a couple at Dodge that are really, really tough. But again, that's a kind of a learning curve for the minor, but we've now added another section of overview of producing and another section of entertainment law, which we only had one of each of entertainment law a semester. We had 3. The point is, that's going to cover it. So we've caught up. We were able to demonstrate how successful this minor was and get those other sections in there. So I think we're correcting it. And yeah, everybody's getting in right now that needs to. And I know with agents and managers, which is another tricky one, they just opened that up even more today. So we're working on it, getting there. It's fun. This is a fun one. And thank you, Sydney, Edison, Atana, and Emily for joining. It's nice to see all your faces up here. I jumped in here at the last minute and didn't know. And the 3 of you that are in my class now, well done, because grades aren't due for a few more weeks. So you're all set.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, nice. And Tanisha, yes, the recording should be available on the admissions website. Give them a few days to get the upload. You can go back and see your favorite parts.
Actually, just adding on one thing that's kind of that I know someone was talking about how this business of entertainment marketing minor is able to come to kind of combine close with the idea of like marketing and my major, which is pure and ad and entertainment marketing. In Travis class, we actually go through marketing stuff from a producing standpoint. And my art class actually talks about marketing from many different standpoints of such as accounting and all that. And like this morning, literally, me and Emily, we literally did a presentation together about marketing for a film that was made back in the 80s, I believe, 70s. I forgot the name of the film.
70s, 75, I think.
75, yeah. And then
I
we're
intentionally
talking like
picked one you would never have heard of.
Yeah, so never heard of. I even forgot the name already. It's one that's like a really good way for us to practice marketing or even just our producing skills and all of that. And there's a really good combination in a lot of our classes.
Yeah, the class that Edison's talking about, and Sydney and Emily are in it as well. It's called Overview of Producing. So we don't do a deep dive on anything. It's sort of a beginning to end of what it's like to work in this business. So if you were, for instance, if you were going to be a creative producing major, you would actually take an entire course in marketing, and they would go much, much deeper. And as Edison says, he takes the one in the business school. But I love teaching that class specifically because of that. It's just, it's all information everybody wants to learn. So it's fun.
I wish I could go back to college and enjoy the opportunities y'all get now. That's great. I should have just came to Chapman. That's what I should have done. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We are at 4:55. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Good seeing y'all. Thank you.